We're now at the point where in MMA, fighters and their children will have fought for the same organization, if not at the same time. So now, after the Dana White's Contender Series Week 6, Elijah Smith had a fantastic performance and won a contract to fight in the UFC. This guy's young, he's 22 years old, he's really, really fun to watch, athletic guy, but many might not know that his father, who was in his corner, a pretty vocal corner, a very exciting corner, a very stern corner, that guy with the gray hair was in fact Elijah Smith's father, Gilbert Smith. Gilbert Smith, for many who don't know, fought in the UFC at one point. At least he competed on the not Dana White's contention. He competed on the Ultimate Fighter. He's also fought in the RFA and Bellator, as well as Titan FC, as you can see by his record. If we scroll down to about 2013, he fought Bubba McDaniel on the Ultimate Fighter Season 17 finale. Yes, he lost via submission, and he did not compete in the UFC thereafter. However, he was on a season of the Ultimate Fighter, which is part of the UFC, a side offshoot piece of the UFC. For those who don't know what the Ultimate Fighter is, it's a reality TV show in which guys get together. They bring about 8 guys per a division. They have 2 divisions per season. They bring them together, put 8 guys, 16 guys in one house, and they compete to get to the UFC. So he won the tournament up to the point where he had to fight in the finale on the UFC card in 2013. He lost the fight, but he did officially, technically, compete in the UFC, and now his son will be carrying on the torch and carrying on the legacy for the family. This is only the second father-son duo to compete in the UFC. Randy Couture and his son previously competed, but I believe that Elijah Smith, of the two, will be the more successful in terms of the children. Randy was by far the most successful of the 2 parents. Gilbert Smith obviously did not go on to compete in the UFC after this loss. Randy Couture was a multiple-time heavyweight champion of the UFC back in the day. Now, Elijah Smith will go on to be something better in the UFC than Randy Couture's son, who was kind of a flunk out of the UFC as well. Elijah Smith is very, very young. He's got great potential. He's well-rounded. He's trained by a father who was a mixed martial artist, and he's going to have all that attention poured into him in terms of making him a better mixed martial artist. And this is really, really exciting stuff to see, and we'll be seeing more of this as time goes on, I'm sure, in the near future. That's pretty cool. That's going to be fun to see. We've already seen this in other sports, baseball, basketball, football. This is really, really cool. Excited for Elijah Smith. The guy's young. If you don't know who he is, now you know after the Contender Series. Hitch your trailer to this wagon, because I think this guy's going to go far. He's young, he's talented, he's athletic, and he took that on late notice. And he's only wanting to prove more on for what he can do going forward. This guy's going to have a great career.